Okay, this should be a good spot here. The Roundtable hold. Okay, everybody, the coast is clear. Jeez, at least it's not as brutal as the astrofishers. So, this must be this Roundtable hold you were talking about.
Yeah, it's more likely a place where the tarnished were gathering. And lately, a lot of our children came from beyond that fog, and we became the king and queens of a land's between.
Interesting. At least none of Nightmare's subordinates will find this place. It is actually safe for us to speak about this matter out in this place. Oh, hey, what? Okay, I got good news. We managed to get Hoverdork and his friends back to their world where they belong. They are 100% safe. Okay, that's good news. Yeah, the last thing we want is to have kids is like him getting crossfire between the Soul Edge guy and us.
Yeah, but the way that Curtis guy fought, it makes even our miraculous look like a joke. No offense.
It's none taken. She isn't wrong. After all, he did deal with one of the outsiders, specifically Curtis, who was affected by such. And the people who have been affected by Soul Edge turn into bloodthirsty monsters. Of course, that was long before I met Chris, using his Soul Calibur, when he used it on me, so I can use the power of the outsiders for good.
Well, if that Nightmare guy is so dangerous, why can't we just go after him? Him and his castle.
Except, begging your pardon, there is no way to this Otto Scheinsberg castle without being noticed. Let alone confront him. He's got the blue sword, doesn't he? Hey, you expected to sneak into that castle or destroy the fragments and Soul Edge that will sound the blast across all the realms.
I expect you to bite my blue butt cheek.
He's not wrong, foe. Unlike how Tio got you to that castle, there's no way to breach it without being noticed by him nor all those other goons like that Astroth guy and Ivy.
I don't know much about that pirate lane, but I'm pretty sure this Ivy girl is more against Soul Edge than against us.
It's possible. After all, Soul Edge does make those who cut malfested, while also defiling their souls. The sword. The easiest key to power that it promises, in exchange for its loyalty to the blade itself. I know this. Shortcuts always have a price. Groh, you once faced that weapon. What do you think? I faced that weapon myself. Nightmare was the one who used an army. I managed to survive, but the Soul Edge infected me with the powers of the outsider, turning me into a monster. The malfested, or outsiders, as we of our organization call them, are mindless warriors. It was driven to madness by Soul Edge. To destroy it, it will require a powerful weapon. And that weapon is Soul Calibur. You know, I spent my time in a Libra of Souls. It was only about what's been going on between Soul Edge and Soul Calibur. At first, when I saw Groh of our organization, I thought he was trying to kill me. Trying to see even if I make a very harsh decision. But the thing is, he and his members were trying to test me, to see how I resolve. And I had the capabilities of sealing any astral fissure that's in the way. And I was given the choice between the golden sword and the astral sword. And you picked that golden sword, right? No, I picked the astral sword. Because those two are kind of resembling the two main swords in question. There's Soul Edge, the evil sword that devours souls of the slain. And Soul Calibur, the sword that purifies the souls and has the capability to destroy Soul Edge. The person, specifically the conduit, has the ability to summon either Soul Calibur or Soul Edge, depending on the soul of the one who summons them. And that's all judged by that Libra scale, that's given to me by Zazua Mel. If one's pure heart, they get Soul Calibur. If evil, they attain Soul Edge from their souls. When facing Aswell, the man who possesses the capabilities of creating replicas of Soul Calibur and Soul Edge,
will require one of the real deals to finish the job against Aswell, slaying him in the process to end his madness. Basically, I have the ability to summon Soul Calibur from my soul, because my soul is pure. But much like Soul Edge, the Soul Calibur's strength depends on a person's soul. In order for one to use Soul Calibur as maximum potential, one must have the purest of souls that is able to fight and stand for what is right. But should the soul falter, the sword in question will become corrupted by darkness. No question, even a sword is not immune to corruptions. As Tyrio did say, the longer we fight evil, the more it'll corrupt our hearts.
But we've all been fighting against the force of evil, and we haven't been corrupted by their evils.
True, that's mainly because we've been understanding how evil powers work. And as Chris has managed to find, I bring balance to both good and evil. Tia said the goodness is not a destination in life, but a practice. But speaking of corruption, I always figured why the malfested would go after the Wolfkrone. That's the kingdom of the princess, now queen Hilde, it guards with her life, alongside her fellow soldiers. According to the book, since King George was defeated, Hilde takes his place as the rightful queen of the Wolfkrone kingdom. Of course, apparently, the malfested seem to have it going on against the Wolfkrone kingdom, and possibly trying to get Hilde to lose her power. Not to Soul Edge, but to malfested, and eventually becoming one herself. Else should she falter.
I have no time for silly games. Now, fight me with all your resolve.
Good news, King George was actually captured by Geralt. Well, not for question, but to ensure Nightmare and his subordinates don't use King George as a leverage that is against the Wolfkrone kingdom.
Let's dance. Stand up. Now taste my steel. Ever fight a witcher? Guess not.
As for Tila, if I had to guess, even her jolly self is angry at Lisa because she was defeated by Lisa not once, but twice.
How many more should I send to the grave today?
If I had to guess what he was thinking, she's...
Cat-Noir!
Well, what? I was just saying what she was thinking.
Not to fund the children, at least.
Yeah, Atreus was caught off guard saying such foul words. It's no offense to you, Kratos. He said that because he was hesitant, and when we were fighting Tyr.
And that's fair enough, Buffer.
I understand, Mr. Lemire, sir. It's not the first time we've been hearing grown-ups say bad words all the time. It's just we've been making sure we don't say any such, kind of like how Dad keeps himself from saying such bad words. Such enough behind us, just like the Dad. He always keeps his head in the game, even with children around. He doesn't want to risk having to wash his mouth with soap. Can't say I blame him because it's disgusting. But still, he's quite the guy Mako and I have. And we both love him so much. The only question now is, why would the malfested go after the Wolfkrone kingdom?
If I had to guess, they want to turn Hilde into Nightmare's puppet.
Greetings, my king. Johann Durer Greatblade has returned.
So, how was Wolfkrone?
Princess Hildegard leaves no openings, and her army is strong. For the time being, the wise course is to slowly sap their strength. I was also unable to recover King George. Regardless, he remains an extremely valuable pawn for our manipulation.
It sounds like even the Great Blade is having trouble. Still, Wilhelm losing the use of his arm is a fine achievement, I suppose.
Wilhelm.
You know that dour killjoy, Sword of the Inquisitor?
No. I don't know.
Sorry, did I pry? I do not much care one way or the other.
What of my fragments?
We've encountered some setbacks, but no cause for concern. The fragments have been scattered across different lands, each spreading calamity and growing plump with power. It will be far more convenient for us to gather fruit that's already ripened on the vine. Don't you agree?
Very well. Collect them the moment they have filled with power. Great Blade, Inquisitor, bolster our ranks, gather powerful souls.